What is going on, everyone? This is episode 12 of Littleroot Lessons. As always, I'm your host, Carter Noble, joined by our fantastic co-host, Carl Wilkin. Carl, what's going on today, man?
Since it's International Challenge Week, this past weekend was the International Challenge. We are going to be looking at teams that our Discord played for the International Challenge, and we've got a team of the week from one of our
newer members.
No, not this one. No, this one.
Oh.
I think this one is Navier, maybe?
You're not even in the right one.
Well,
come on,
they're
man.
posted all over the place, bud. Where is it? Mafia. Mafia posted the rainbow one.
Okay. So, leading with Team of the Week?
Yeah, let's do a Team of the Week.
So, this is Rainbow Pledge stuff.
Yeah.
So we have Inteleon with that Water Pledge. We have G-Max Charizard with Fire Pledge, Life Orb Excadrill, Aguavberry, Togekiss, King's Rock Conkeldurr, okay, and Razor Claw Drapion.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is one we don't see at all, man. So where do we want to start breaking this down?
Well, we should probably start with the fact on what Rainbow actually means. So, Rainbow is the combo move of Fire Pledge and Water Pledge. It is a water-based move. When it's comboed, it's 150. And what happens with Rainbow is the chance of your secondary effects is doubled.
So, think Serene Grace, but for everything.
Yeah.
So, with this Serene Grace Togekiss with a Rainbow up, we're just going to click Air Slash.
Yeah, we are going to flinch a lot of people.
We're going to make people miserable. Now, is that why we see the King's Rock here? Is that how that works? Because it's adding on a secondary effect to an attack?
I'm not sure if that's exactly how that works. I can look it up.
I actually don't know. Because I know that's what you used to do with Togekiss. We're talking like Gen 4 stuff here. You would King's Rock on your Togekiss to go for Air Slashes.
According to Bulbapedia, it's uncertain. They don't know.
I don't think so. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, because like your crit chance is doubled, so it goes to a 60% chance to flinch. Serene Grace lowers King's Rock.
It's the double. They're asking if this one is asking if King's Rock stacks with Serene Grace, and it doesn't. We're looking to see if. It doesn't stack. We know it doesn't stack. Goodness.
So I'm going to say it doesn't work.
When in doubt, just look up the actual item.
This chance is affected by Serene Grace and the Rainbow. Cool.
So it is doubled.
According to Bulbapedia, it is. So
Flinch.
that means all of our moves have a 20% chance to flinch on Conkeldurr?
Yep, 20% chance to flinch.
Interesting. So that's why we see we don't have Mach Punch, though.
No.
I think we definitely want Mach Punch, just so we can try to get, 20% chance for flinch is, good enough for me, I think.
Yeah, just priority flinch you. Fake out, have a chance at fake out every turn.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
Now, this Togekiss is pretty much fake out every turn. With Stab.
It's going to do a lot, yeah.
This Inteleon can kind of do it.
Yeah, we have Air Slash on Inteleon, we have Air Slash on Charizard, we have Rock Slide on Excadrill, which I don't know if you know this, but Wolfie posted a video and he was talking about things he wanted to change in Pokemon, and one of them was the 30% chance flinch chance on Rock Slide. Because in doubles, you have I think it's a 49% chance to get a flinch on one of the two bonds if it hits both.
Yeah.
Like, that is absurdly high.
Quite
Just like, alright, cool, we flinched.
Imagine if when we get Sniper.
Oh,
for
my
Inteleon.
lord. Which is why we see this Drapion down here doing Razor Claw sniper things. Because, like, again, it has Rock Slide. Like, the plan here is to set up Rainbow and to flinch you out of the game with whatever we have.
It's really cool.
It's a cool idea. I would actually be interested in seeing how this plays out.
With Scarf on Charizard, we're guaranteed to go first with Fire Pledge, meaning Inteleon used to shoot a 150 base Water Pledge out.
Man, that's high.
Yeah.
That's real high.
Not to mention, Inteleon is just fast in general. So you have to be Scarf to outspeed Inteleon.
Yeah.
We also have Icy Wind, which this feels kind of weird, but it's whatever.
I mean, it's just like speed control for when Rainbow's not good, I guess.
I don't know. And then our Charizard is carrying Heat Wave and Dragon Pulse after the Fire Pledge and Air Slash. I'm not sure how much I'm a fan of having just like Heat Wave on here.
Heat Wave with Rainbow means we have a decent chance to burn everything.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if you've been following the r/VGC, but they've had a ton of videos this week of, alright, well, I got the double burn to win. And it all started with one Torkoal guy. He said he had lost like 7 games in a row from like crits and just like, awful mechanics that he just had go wrong. And then he wins a game because he misses the KO on both of the Mons. And gets the double burn for the knockout.
There we go.
So, like, ever since then, you just see, thanks Torkoal guy for the good luck, and it's just, like, videos of double burns.
That's hilarious.
So this is definitely cute. This is definitely a meme.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it looks cool, at least on paper. I don't know the actual, like, functionality of it, but it definitely looks cool.
Like, everything does a thing really, really well for this team. It's just like, something can do crits, something can do, like, Conkeldurr can do flinches. Togekiss is almost 100% flinch chance with Air Slash.
How high is that? That's 30 doubled to 60, doubled to... Does it go to 120% chance to flinch?
Well, it maxes out at 100%.
I mean, yeah, but... Is it guaranteed flinches then?
Yeah.
Because it's doubled?
Yeah. This
is stupid. This is absurd.
Notably, Iron Head does the same thing. If it could learn, like, Iron Head's also 30.
Oh, I forgot Iron Head has a chance to flinch too.
So Iron Head would double to 60, and if you somehow gave it Serene Grace, it would be doubled to 120.
Just saying, man. Rock Slide is a 60% chance to flinch on both Mons if it hits. It's just absurd.
Yeah, the chances there get even better. Anything else we want to talk about on this team? Because this was pretty cut and dry.
It wants to do one thing really well.
Yeah.
And I don't know how well it does it, but it's definitely a cool idea.
Yep.
Just like, outside of the Drapion, these Mons are all playable.
Yeah.
So, like, and I don't know if the Drapion is, like, unplayable. Like, you have the Razor Claw to increase your chance on Rock Slide flinches even more. So, like, on this team, it seems really cool.
Razor Claw increases crit chance.
What's the one that has a flinch chance? Razor Fang?
I think so, but I don't think we had that one in the game.
Yeah, because it's the one that evolves Gligar.
I believe so. I need the item decks.
Right, up.
Oh, there it is.
Come on, man.
Hey, it's a tiny print.
R.
Yeah, I know. Where is it?
A. When you hurt me, I understand why. It is not available in Sword and Shield.
Nope. Yeah, and it is the evolved item for Gligar and Gliscor. So yeah.
I've always liked Gliscor. I hope we get to see it come back. It wasn't available in Gen 7 either.
No.
Weird.
Looks like they had gotten rid of it after Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
So, if it does come back, I wonder if we're going to see it change to how it evolves. Maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, like, Weavile's still super weird, right? Like, Weavile's evolution is... Like, Sneasel into Weavile is really weird still?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. Who knows?
Anyway, beyond that, other than this Drapion just being weird...
But, like, it's a fast Rock Slide abuser. Is the idea here, I guess.
But we have the good Rock Slide abuser.
Yeah, but what if we want another one?
But what if we just, like, don't? What if we run a different Pokemon?
Alright, I'm listening.
What would I run with Rainbow? That's not what I wanted. What would I run with Rainbow? Again, not what I want. Is that what I want? Oh, no.
Showdown.
Probably. What would I want with Rainbow?
Just type in Rock Slide, see what comes up.
Yeah, let's see what learns Rock Slide. I know what learns Rock Slide. And it's a real good Pokemon.
Aegislash gets it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
I mean, yeah, T-Tar's also just, like, good with Excadrill, too.
Exactly.
But it's not fast enough.
We don't need to be fast.
But you want to flinch them. And you get, like, Ice Fang.
Yeah, we can freeze people.
Freeze and flinch. Like, doubling both of those to 20% is just, like, sweet.
What's another one that'd be good?
Mimikyu's not bad.
Mimikyu isn't bad.
It learns Rock Slide, doesn't it?
Mimikyu? No.
It doesn't?
No.
Okay. No, it has...
We just get Jirachi. There we go.
Yeah, Syringrace, Jirachi. No, we play Togetic.
I was about to say, you like Togetic.
For when one Togekiss isn't enough.
Right.
We need it slower, much worse. Does Bisharp get a Rock Slide?
Uh-huh.
I know it gets Iron Head.
I think it gets Rock... Nope, it gets Rock Tomb.
It gets Stone Edge, but that's crit chance.
Yeah.
It gets Power Up Punch. Interesting.
Poison Jab. Night Slash.
Which, crit chances aren't doubled under Rainbow, right?
I don't believe so, but it gets Air Slash.
Special attacking Bisharp. Get them.
Deal.
They'll never see it coming. Yeah, what else gets Air Slash?
Good question. Probably a lot, actually.
Max Airstream. Aegislash!
Okay, so hear me out.
We just play Aegislash with mono crits. Mono flinches.
We just use a mixed sweeper.
We get Air Slash and Rock Slide and Iron Head.
And this is your flincher.
Is there a item in game that increases crunch chance besides King's Rock? Or is that it?
I think that's it.
I don't hate this, for the record.
So, for those of you at home, this is not Jolly.
Yeah, what kind of... Sure. Hasty it is.
So, for those of you at home, this Aegislash is 140 EVs, one in attack and special attack, and then 220 EVs in speed. Hasty nature. Does some things. Air Slash, Iron Head, Rock Slide, King Shield.
Just get them.
Just get them.
Like, it will eventually crit something, maybe, probably.
100%.
And, like, it goes big, fine. The problem is, like, you don't get Focus Sash because it's on Inteleon.
Yep.
So you're on Focus Band.
No.
Come on, man. 10% chance. You just need it once.
No. Probably...
Yes, Lagging Tail.
Yes, because we need to go slower.
You just put a Quick Claw on this Aegislash?
Yeah.
You know how fast this thing is, right?
You know how fast it actually is, right?
It's like, okay. See, yours does it too. Whenever you hit enter, it like backs out. 119 is not fast.
I told you.
Why do you love this thing?
Because it hits like a truck.
If it gets the hit.
Oh, it will. That's why my hair is focus sash.
Oh, my lord.
Because you can't turn down... Let's see here, what is it? That.
211 into attack. That's absurd.
Yeah.
That is absolutely absurd.
So yeah, that's why I like that thing. Anywho, it seems great.
It's definitely cool.
Good meme.
Everyone needs a good meme. It doesn't outrank the Shedinja team from last week, but it is definitely a good team. It is a good meme.
Speaking of Shedinja, the person who shared that Shedinja team with us shared their IC team that I think are going to run with us. You want to hop into some IC teams that happen?
Well, I would talk about mine, but I forgot you had to register, so
yeah.
Oops.
As of this recording, I haven't started playing yet, but I am registered. Probably going to get the team done Friday before when I get off work, and then maybe stream them on Friday and Saturday, depending on schedule permitting. But this first IC team is pretty interesting. There is a Darmanitan, Galarian form, a Duraludon, a Rotom Wash, a Serena, a Whimsicott, and a Togekiss.
So where do you want to start?
Darmanitan, pretty straightforward.
It's one that's really fallen out of favor.
Yeah, it's because it's double choice banded. Like, it's double choice item. You're kind of just stuck.
The other big thing is, like, Charizard's really good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, you can outspeed it and, like, go for Rock Slide and hope to hit, and, like, when you do, it dies.
You know what else is really good? T-Tar. Excadrill.
You know what this thing has a problem with?
Charizard, T-Tar, Excadrill.
I mean, it can deal with Charizard. Like, that one I don't actually consider a problem. I think Darmanitan is a very good answer to Charizard.
Sometimes.
It definitely can be. But T-Tar kind of laughs at it.
Yeah, unless they're running Earthquake.
Which, I think if you're running Rock Slide or Earthquake, I don't think you can afford to run both.
Yeah, it's one.
Because it doesn't get high horsepower, right?
I don't know about that one.
I mean, I guess you could replace U-Turn, but...
Then you're just like, you have to force switch out if it's a bad
feels
matchup.
Real bad, yeah. I like U-Turn because it lets you chip away. And like, Icicle Crash and Flare Blitz are pretty common. Like, granted, for Darmanitan. Like, obviously Darmanitan is not nearly as popular as it once was. Like, Series 1, Series 2, this thing was really widely played, and now it's fallen off the face of the earth.
Yeah. And
it's because the meta has shifted and realized that, like, Darmanitan is still good, but, like, it's go fast, hit hard mode is... Like, Hyper Aggro has fallen out of favor.
Yep.
And that's one of the big reasons, like, you don't see a lot of Darmanitan. You don't see a lot of, like, Durant much anymore. And, like, you know, obviously playing on Showdown, I've seen a lot of Durant today. That doesn't mean that Durant's the best thing you can be doing again. So...
Exactly.
And, like, again, I've seen Darmanitan today. Just because it's a niche pick doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
So, I think Darmanitan's fine. I think if you have a good supporting cast, which we seem to have here, I can get behind Darmanitan.
I'm kind of looking at this Whimsicott, and like the best thing like you can pair with it is probably this Duraludon or this Rotom, because this Darmanitan being Choice Scarf, it's going to be faster than almost everything anyway.
Mm-hmm. So like having Tailwind doesn't really matter. Like Tailwind, Choice Scarf, like because you have Tailwind, I can see this being Choice Band.
Yeah. And
just doubling up on that and just hitting super hard.
Oh yeah, just blowing people up with that.
I would have to do calcs, but Choice Band, Gorilla Tactics, Icicle Crash into T-Tar, just probably like 3,000%.
Probably, you think it'd be a chunk.
It would definitely be a chunk.
Beyond this Darmanitan, this Duraludon's carrying Assault Vest, Thunderbolt, Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Flash Cannon.
Dude, another one that's just falling off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Like, and this is something you were talking about earlier in the week. It's just like, yeah, I'm looking for, a Steel Mon. I'm just like, well, you're going to have to narrow it down a little bit. So we kind of tossed around Duraludon for your team that I'm sure we're going to talk about later.
We will.
And just like, well, it doesn't really do what we want it to do. And again, this is one that was really popular in Series 1 and 2, and I think because it's new, like, people wanted to play with it, and now people have realized that, like, how to play around it and play with it and everything else, and it's, again, just fallen out of favor.
Popularity Conkeldurr has a big hit on Duraludon in general. It's not very bulky, actually, if you look at its face.
Actually another really good counter to Darmanitan.
Yeah, Conkeldurr, yeah.
I kind of forgot about that one.
We just get blown up by a Block Punch, don't we?
It hits really hard.
Yeah.
Being max speed, max attack means we don't have a lot to leave in defenses.
Yep.
So, and like, obviously we're Assault Vest, but that doesn't do anything against Conkeldurr. So, like...
Just for notes, base special defense on Duraludon is 50.
That is real not good.
For a Steel type, that's fairly high, but that's still not very good, meaning without investment, I think your most you can get is 120-something for special defense with Assault Vest, which isn't great. Like, you have to invest a little bit, but you still want to be able to hit things and still on HP. So it's just like, Assault Vest isn't really worth the item slot, in my opinion. Weakness Policy is something I was looking at earlier for Duraludon, just being able to just, like, bulldoze Weakness Policy.
Like, sure, you lose the speed, but so does everyone else. And
yeah, so everyone's equal speed, except for any flying types out there.
And you just go big, and, like, the other big problem is, like, Draco Meteor does line up against all the fairies running around.
Yeah.
And, like, sure, you have Flash Cannon as well, so, like, if you time your attacks right, like, Duraludon is really good. We also have this Dark Pulse to run to deal with all the Draco Pulse running around. Like, we also have Draco Meteor, so, like, Draco Pulse seems to line up okay against this Duraludon. Like, we resist all of its attacks and can OHKO it back. And then, like, we have Thunderbolt for Togekiss, we have Flash Cannon for Togekiss, we have Thunderbolt for Lapras. I doubt the Max Lightning is enough to deal with Lapras, though.
It isn't.
Lapras has just gotten so bulky here lately that, like, you aren't worrying about dealing a ton of damage as much as you are just setting up and doing your thing and letting your opponent do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So, again, it seems like these first 2 months are, like, it's really a callback to where we were. And it may just be, like, the meta is always ever shifting. And it may be time to get back to the roots and start playing with stuff that, like, was once good. And, I mean, this is kind of where I'm at right now, too, with the IC team that I would be playing if I could, because I'm bad. But we'll definitely talk about it here after a while, too.
Rotom's pretty standard. Ally Switch to help protect our Duraludon from ground type attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolt, Protect, Hydro Pump, pretty standard. No Nasty Plot. I mean, if I don't have Nasty Plot, I would much rather have a Volt Switch.
Instead of Thunderbolt?
Get free swaps in. It's 10 less damage, but being able to swap freely...
Especially, like, if you have, like...
It's 90, because Volt Switch is 70. So
Thunderbolt is 90 or 95. I know
so it's 20 less.
Yeah, it's real good.
So, Volt Switch lets you just free swaps, which I kind of prefer being able to do with my Rotom, especially if I am, like, ally switching and whatnot. Because then they like, double predict the ally switch and they attack into your Rotom, and then you can swap into, say, your Duraludon that maybe is resisting and the attack and takes it pretty easily. Because Duraludon resists grass types times 4.
Because Steel and Dragon both resist?
So it's like, it eats Rotom's weaknesses very, 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 very well, so...
Specifically, Rotom Wash. Like.
Yeah. So Volt Switch there, just to, like, swap into Duraludon if we need to, is not a bad idea.
Especially depending on how fast this Rotom is. Like, if it's super fast...
If we're ally switch, I would assume that we have some special attack investment, so we're probably not as bulky, but we're probably just hitting just as hard, like, just hit hard and go fast.
Mm-hmm. Which is really what this team comes down to, is, like, this is hyper aggro.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
this calls back to a lot of what I've played. Like, all of these mods I have played in the last, 3 months.
Yep.
So, these are all mods that I have played a lot with, and I know how to play with and everything else. So it was just like, this really speaks to me. Like, if you want me to be honest, but I don't know how good with how much the meta has slowed down and, like, being able to play a fast game or taking it slower and being able to play a long game. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how well this team lines up into the long game.
The answer there is it doesn't really.
Yeah, you want to go fast and quick and call it a day.
Yeah. You want to end your game by turn 4, and some people don't want to end, and most teams don't want to end their game that way.
But, then we also have this Serena. Serena's really good with its Queenly Majesty, shutting off all the prankster abilities, right? Yes?
Yep.
All the fake outs, all that stuff.
Cannot be targeted by priority moves.
Yep. So, Grimmsnarl, I've seen a lot of Grimmsnarl the last couple days.
Grimmsnarl's another one that fell out of favor and is starting to make a comeback now because it's
T-Wave is really good right now.
T-Wave is strong because everyone's just like, oh, I'm going to just do my weakness policy thing, or I'm going to do my tailwind thing, and then you're just like, nope.
Yeah, when sleep isn't good enough and you want to play a longer game, like, they are going to wake up if you play a long game.
Yep.
Getting that permanent stat reduced.
You're dragging the game out longer than the long game can play.
Yep. Which, you're playing...
It's weird.
You're trying to go over the top, putting in, like, a magic term for us. You're trying to go over the top of the control decks,
You are trying to be the greediest of the greeds.
Yeah. Which, for here, just means you want to outlive everything your opponent's doing and eventually have the last mon standing.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm not sure... so this Serena seems really sweet. Like, drop kick, high jump kick. It's going to hit pretty hard.
Yep.
Taunt to disrupt any shenanigans that are going on. Protect to play. Protect.
Yep.
Protect the queen.
Yep.
Whimsicott. Fake Tears seems...
Fake Tears is because we probably don't have as much special attack investment into our Duraludon, so that helps our Duraludon actually KO things.
Okay. I can get behind that. Also helps with Togekiss. Like, Togekiss probably isn't max special attack, which...
Again, Fake Tears helps.
And same with Rotom. Like, all of our special attackers can play that, that role where we don't need to be max special attack. Thanks to Fake Tears. We can put a little more bulk into everything and live to try to play a longer game if we need to. Mm-hmm. The big thing here is we have Worry Seed, which seems very important for what this team is trying to do. Like, if you're trying to get status, if your opponent is trying to status you out with Yawn or anything like that, you're just like, no. And if your opponent's setting up with Colossal, you're just like, why don't we just calm down over there?
Yeah.
Please stop.
For those that may not know what Worry Seed does, Worry Seed changes your ability to Insomnia, and Colossal Dragapult there wants to use Colossal Steam Engine ability to maximize its speed while also being able to trigger Heroic Weakness Policy with Surf from the Dragapult. So it's just a wombo combo of I'm going to be the fastest and the strongest thing on the field at the same time, and there's nothing you can really do about it outside of T-Wave me and hope that I'm just paralyzed. So Worry Seed is a real good counter to that. It just means that the Colossal just takes the damage and is the weakness policy procs, and then you can hopefully just take it out with a well-timed... we actually don't have anything here that hits Hydro Pump probably from Rotom. That's the only thing that hits Colossal super effectively.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the only thing.
Mm-hmm. And no ground moves. Does Tormenting get high horsepower?
We already asked that. I don't know.
You never gave me a straight.
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I know it gets Earthquake.
Yeah, Earthquake's the one I know it gets.
Which Earthquake wouldn't be bad, seeing how we have Togekiss and Rotom to sit next to it.
Yeah.
So, we could add some more ground coverage there if we need to.
Tell me you get high horsepower.
Please?
I don't see it.
You're useless to me. Get out of here, Darmanitan.
What do we get? Bulldoze, dig, earthquake.
We get dig. No
That
one
sounds like a terrible idea.
just saying. Okay, hear me out. No one runs earthquake. They can't get us.
That's a lie. X-Patrol runs earthquake.
Well, they cheat.
So, yeah, having no other way besides Rotom to hit the Colossal kind of sucks. I know we've come up with our own way to beat up Colossal teams, which Colossals, for being as gimmicky and like easy to play around it is, there's actually a lot of depth to the Colossal teams.
Because there's a whole lot of things going on with it.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you can trigger the policy and trigger the steam engine and just like do
that's
that.
What people know it for.
But you can also just like play Dragapult and run you over.
Yeah, like the Dragapult still has Dragon Darts, Fly, and Phantom Force on it. It can still just D-max in front of you and then just swap the Colossal out for later.
It's like, alright, go in slow mode here.
Yep.
By slow mode, we mean running you over with a dragon instead.
Yeah, you brought a bunch of water types. Cool, I'm just gonna blow them all up with my Dragapult. So that's kind of just like things to think about. There's more than one mode to Colossal Dragapult, and it's just a little bit scary. Thankfully, we have Moonblast on the Whimsicott, so we can deal with a Dragapult if it goes big.
I'll tell you, I got God earlier. I was playing against the Dragapult Colossal lead, right?
Yeah.
And I led Gyarados and I think Sableye or Raichu, I can't remember. But I went for Waterfall into the Colossal. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to kill it before it gets to do its thing. I think I went for Quash plus Waterfall into it. They switched into Gastrodon.
Yeah.
I'm just like, we are very dead. We lost that game.
Yeah.
So ever since then, I'm just like, all right, do you have Gastrodon?
Do you have a Gastrodon? The answer to that question is probably no. Or yes, depends on which team you see. This Togekiss is kind of cool. No Follow Me is weird.
No Yawn, no Follow Me. And we have Protect. That's one that Togekiss is not historically ran here lately.
Which the redirection not having redirection kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish it did. That's just my opinion. The Air Slash, that Dazzling Heat Wave though, pretty good coverage. Beyond that, Scope Lens means we can try to crit our way to victory, hopefully.
It's gonna be him, man.
Imagine if this thing got Air Cutter.
Bang.
Spread crits. All of it just spread moves.
I mean, it just get got by Wide Guard.
Right? But, like...
What runs Wide Guard?
Hitmontop is, like, the only Pokemon I know that just, like...
that gets it and actually can play it well.
Properly runs it.
I actually don't know anything else that even gets it.
There's a lot. It's just, Hitmontop's the one that comes to mind. Okay. So, moving on to this next team.
This is one that one of the newer members sent in earlier in the week.
And a
lot of us have actually been playing some non-zero amount of like variants based on this.
Yeah.
So the big iteration here is we're Sun, right?
Plus,
but we also have a rain mode.
Yeah, which is cool.
So we have a rain mode, but we don't have to play Pelipper because Pelipper is bad.
So instead, we find a Prankstermon that can learn Rain Dance, i.e. Lipard, Sableye. I'm not sure of any other ones. I think does Meowstic...
Whimsicott gets Sunny Day. It doesn't get Rain Dance.
Yeah, Whimsicott gets Sunny Day. Does Meowstic get Rain Dance?
It gets Thunder Wave. I know that's really helpful.
That is 100% helpful there.
Glad I could help.
Do we get Rain Dance? We do. So Meowstic is another one.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Um,
Meowstic is one I actually always forget about.
Yeah. Because you couldn't get Prankster before. Until Home came out.
I actually didn't know that.
Yep.
Interesting.
There was no way to get hidden ability Meowstic.
Okay. So, the big iteration here is we have our Sun team with Ninetales, Venusaur, Charizard.
Yep.
And we have our Rain team of Liepard, Dreadnought,
Yep.
Charizard.
As weird as that sounds, yes, that is correct.
Because Liepard Charizard means that our Charizard is better against opposing Charizards because of Weather Ball.
We get to rain them out.
And it is sweet. I've been playing a non-zero amount with Sableye Charizard, and it is so cool. I'm also running Hurricane instead of Air Slash, which is something we talked about on Discord.
Yeah.
And, it's so fun. It is so good. So I've been playing Ninetales Charizard. Sableye is like half of it. And it is just, it's sweet, man. It is so cool. This is one of the cooler teams I have seen in quite a while.
Yeah. We also have this Conkeldurr here to play against Trick Room if we need to, which is kind of nice. This Ninetales is Safety Goggles instead of Focus Sash, but that's because our Focus Sash is on our Liepard. Dreadnought is carrying Weakness Policy, and I don't know how we're triggering it.
I don't see a way. Because we don't want to hit it with Energy Ball or Leaf Storm.
Gosh, no.
So we can Mach Punch it.
That's about the only thing I think we could do is just Mach Punch and hope and pray that doesn't KO.
It probably does a lot. So it really would depend on the spread of this Dreadnought. How bulky are we?
90 HP, 90 defense, 68 special defense.
68 special is real bad.
We just die to any actual tree branch thrown our way.
So I know one of the early iterations to this. I can't remember the exact one, but they didn't have a rain team. They had a sun team with a rain mode.
Yeah.
So we iterated on that and made it a sun rain team. Yep. A double weather team, which is something we have not seen in quite a while, if you want me to be honest. I know weather was really popular in Gen 5, and it's always been playable since, and even playable before then, but
give us Politoed.
Please give me Politoed, man. I just want good rain. Is that too much to ask?
Apparently so.
But so one of my suggestions, and I can't remember who the original mon was, but I said, hey, why don't we cut this for Barraskewda?
Swift Swim user of some sort.
Yeah. And so that led to high crit chance Dreadnought, which evidently has evolved into Weakness Policy Dreadnought. And I'm not sure how we got from point A to point B. That would have to be something that would have to be discussed. Yeah. But I know it is definitely they have been working on this team for all week at least.
At least all week.
Asking for feedback all week, and we have been working on this, and so this is something that all of us have kind of been working on. A lot of us have been.
Yeah.
Just how much can we actually iterate on this Rain Charizard? You get to shut off other Charizards by being in the rain, and you can actually deal with them because you have the answer and they don't.
Yeah, you have Weather Ball.
Which I know. I don't think you have Weather Ball. You have Ancient Power, right?
I'm running Ancient Power.
Which kind of does the same thing.
Yeah, but that just means I don't have to have the rain.
Yeah.
Means I'm not as weather dependent, but I'm also locked into a rock type move, which has its benefits. I hit other flying types pretty well now.
True. Whereas Weather Ball turns into Max Strike when you have nothing, which actually has 1 week games. I've had multiple times where I'm just I'm not faster than you. Stop it.
Yeah, so that's what's
it's
cool.
Kind of like Quash in a way.
It's no one uses Max Strike, but it's the one that drops speed.
Which is, you say that, but I want to say multiple times this week in my draft league match where I maxed my Snorlax, my regular Snorlax, not G-Max, and went for Max Strike to slow them down.
You're going to be as slow as the Snorlax by the time I'm done.
We never got that slow, but we did get slow.
So going over all the sets here, this Ninetales is Safety Goggles, Heat Wave, Energy Ball, Hex, and Protect. I'm not sure Does Hex trigger on sleep? Hex triggers on sleep in Thunderwave, right? I know it triggers on Thunderwave. I don't know if it triggers on
I believe it's any status condition.
Okay, so Hex triggers on Sleep Powder. It triggers on Thunderwave. We don't have Will-O-Wisp anywhere, which kind of sucks. But we do have Heat Wave to try and get a burn somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, we have
Sludge Bomb to try and poison them too. We have Thunder Punch and Ice Punch to kind of hopefully freeze and also have paralysis as well.
So, like, I could see cutting Hex for Will-O-Wisp.
No. We Thunder Wave their Dragapult and then Hex them.
Oh, you smart. You real smart, man. Because that means we're going to be faster.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something I've been doing, but instead of... Like, my way of being faster than Dragapult is putting a Choice Scarf on Ninetales.
Yeah, just don't Dynamax it.
Okay, look. You didn't catch it either until after it happened, so really it's your fault.
Just because I'm sitting in my chair playing doesn't mean it's my fault.
Shut up.
Charizard's Life Orb, Solar Power, Heat Wave, Air Slash, the Weather Ball, and Protect. A lot of Protects on all of these. I'm not as big a fan on Pokemon that we're going to be Gigantamaxing having Protect all the time. But 3 Protect seems fine. Dreadnaught's Weakest Policy, Swift Swim, Liquidation, Stone Edge, High Horsepower, Protect. Notably, if we were Gigantamaxing this thing, we could probably run Head Smash.
Head Smash is going to hurt.
Head Smash hurts, but when it's G-Max, it hits like a truck.
What does its G-Max move do? Again, this is one I've actually never seen.
It's a water-type attack that sets rocks.
Interesting. Like Stealth Rocks or like...
Like Stealth Rocks.
Okay. I didn't know if it was Stealth Rocks or if it was like residual damage rocks like...
Vocalith.
Yeah.
So Vocalith and Wildfire are the same. Steel Surge and whatever Dreadnoughts is are the same.
Okay.
Sandacondas and Sceptiscorches are the same. Snorlax is unique. Meowth is unique. Eevee's unique. You know what Eevee's does?
No.
G-Max Cuddle. It infatuates your opponents.
Of course it does, man.
As long as they're opposite gender. And then Pikachu's unique. Toxtricity is kind of like Pikachu's, but it has the option to flip back and forth. Butterfreeze is also kind of like Toxtricity's because it sets sleep and poison. What else?
Can't that paralyze too?
I think so. It's any of the powder, any of the stun spore.
Yeah, I think it's anything
powder.
other than burn and confusion, but burn.
Yeah, poison powder, sleep powder, stun spore.
Man, that's a mon I miss playing with this Butterfree.
It's decent still. That's not bad.
Problem is, like, it does not play till a late game.
Yeah, you want it to be like if you were to G-Max it, you want it to be at the end. You want to be the last thing G-Maxing.
And the best part about Butterfree is like you get to pair it with something, and it kind of does the same thing that like Sableye does for us, where Quash does the thing, but this time it's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Sleep Powder, and we're super fast, and we're going first.
Hopefully.
Yeah, outside of like Fake Out and Prankster moves, but yeah.
Venusaur's Wide Lens, Sleep Powder, Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb, Earth Power, Chlorophyll, so we can boost ourselves with the sun, which is cool.
This is what Butterfree has turned into as Venusaur.
Yeah. Venusaur does it not always as fast because people like we said Sableye can set the weather, Liepard can set the weather, which we're seeing more of that on the Prankstermons is like the ones that set weather. We're seeing more of them, and that's why Grimmsnarl's fallen out of favor because I don't think Grimmsnarl can set the weather at all.
I don't think it can either. If it can, it's probably just like random sandstorm or something. I don't know, man. Who knows?
Liepard, Prankster, Focus Sash, Snarl, Thunderwave, Fake Tears, Rain Dance. So our only attacking move actually like deals damage is Snarl. So Liepard is not something you want to be carrying in the back. Notably, Fake Tears means we can deal more damage with our Snarl. Rain Dance for Swift Swim, Dreadnought, and Charizard's Weather Ball. Thunder Wave, like we said earlier, to just like help trigger this Hex, deal extra damage. And then Conkeldur's Iron Fist, Assault Vest. Not a combo you see too terribly often. Usually if you're Iron Fist, you are usually Life Orb because you just are maximizing your damage.
Mm-hmm.
But Assault Vest, Iron Fist means you don't have to invest as much into your attack, and you can invest more into HP and special defense. Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch because we can't run Detect.
Yep.
pretty standard. Like that's the pretty standard move pool for any kind of Assault Fist and Keldor anymore. Is those 4 moves or close combat over one of the Thunder or Ice Punch. But Thunder Punch and Ice Punch are both getting popular. Like running them both is getting popularity because Ice Punch is good for Dragapult, and Thunder Punch is good for Primarina Togekiss. Being able to deal with them. But yeah, that's an icy team as well. You ready to move on to what you were gonna play?
I thought we had one more.
That was it. We're on to ours.
Oh. Sure.
I'm ready.
I thought we had one more. Okay. So, this is something I started working on Thursday morning because I don't get a lot of time to actually work on stuff during the week because of work. So my weekend is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, I usually do my draft match, and if I'm not, I'm getting stuff ready for it.
Yeah.
So Thursday morning, I was working on this because I knew the IC was this weekend. I just wanted to play some Pokemon. So something I wanted to work on originally was the Guts Facade Obstagoon we worked on last week?
Yep.
2 weeks ago?
Last
I can't
episode.
remember. Okay, so kind of took that, kind of iterated on it some, threw in the wonderful combo of Gyarachu, specifically Choice Band Moxie Gyarados, because this thing hits like a truck. Like you think like Excadrill can hit hard and like T-Tar can hit hard. No, these things. Gyarados has like 275 HP attack with max attack and Choice Band on.
Yeah.
It is absurdly high. I know if it gets one Moxie boost off, it goes to like 370 or something absurd.
It's about as bad as a decorated Lapras.
It is real high. So, notably, we are jolly and not adamant just because we do want the extra speed boost because I've debated running Scarf instead of Band, just to be a little more faster. A little faster. There we go, that one. But I'm not sure if what Scarf lets us outspeed. I'm sure it lets us outspeed Dragapult at that point.
Yeah.
But with the current build of it, we can't OHKO Dragapult because we don't have a dark move, which I have debated switching around. I think the one that you would cut if you want to cut one is Bounce. I think
you get rid of your stab flying move.
I think so, which doesn't feel great. But like I think I need Iron Head for it. You could also cut Iron Head for like Ice Fang because that's good against Togekiss and is good against Dragapult. Whereas Power Whip is good against all of the water mons running around. Waterfall is good against anything that exists outside of Gastrodon.
Lapras.
You joke, man. I killed a Lapras today with Waterfall.
Well, as long as not water absorb.
It was not. I beat up many Melodics today. I was, I think, +2 or +3. And it just kept spamming recover. I'm just like, I Waterfall you. Eventually
it goes down.
I'm dealing more than half, so eventually it will get there.
Yeah.
And like we have Focus Sash Raichu, Lightning Rod, because Gyarados' biggest weakness is pick a Rotom form.
Or Freeze Dry.
That one also hurts really bad. Please stop. But we have Nuzzle for speed control, Fake Out for speed control, Volt Switch, and Helping Hand to make Gyarados hit even harder. Because, 275 attack isn't high enough, so we need to increase it.
We gotta make sure we OHKO those Dusclops, man.
Which our current build can't. Which is another reason I want Crunch, or, pick a dark move. But again, I just don't know what we would cut for it. I really do think Bounce would be the cut.
Yeah.
Bounce or Iron Head. It's one of those two. And I think if we're getting rid of Iron Head, I want Ice Fang. Even though Ice Fang is less damage, I think it's 65 versus 70. Or 65 versus 80.
Ice Fang is 65. I do know that.
I can't remember what.
I'm 95% certain that's what it is. Ice Fang is 65 versus Iron Head's 80. Yep.
So, that is a significant loss. But we also are fast, so like we can occasionally get the flinch from it. We can occasionally get the freeze from it. What dark moves do we actually get? Like, I see payback, but payback doesn't mean anything to us.
Crunch, dark pulse, brutal swing, bite, payback. That's it.
So crunch.
So you're running crunch over bounce. That's like the one thing you have.
And like, I mean, bounce has been okay.
Bounce is like your protect.
In reality, yeah, because we are choice bait. Like, there was actually a game I had. I think it was against a Charizard, but they were paralyzed. So I was faster than them.
Yeah.
So I would go for bounce. They'd go for ancient power or whatever. They would then protect, and I would do nothing. So
we just repeat that over and over.
We eventually did this until they were paralyzed on the turn they went for protect, and I killed them. Couple other like running of this team. The other things we have is like this like minor sun team. I have Ninetales on here now. Originally I had Torkoal, but I also cut Obstagoon for Conkeldurr, which I haven't. I'm not. Those are the two slots I'm not sure on.
Yeah,
it's like Ninetales and Conkeldurr. And I've tried a couple different things. I'm not sure where I want to land yet, but Sableye having the Roselia Berry has been really important because like its bulk is good, like compared to where I originally thought it was. Mm-hmm. It's like with Roselia Berry, you get to live a Dazzling Gleam or whatever you need to.
Moonblast, Max Starfall.
Our big damaging attack is Foul Play, which has been really impressive against all the weakness policies running around. Quash for speed control. Fake Out, because double Fake Out is great. Rain Dance, so we can do Weather Ball shenanigans with Charizard. Also notably increases the power of Waterfall, which has been really important with Gyarados too.
Yep.
Like, it's helping hand for Gyarados at times.
Helping hand that weakens T-Tar and helps you KO it.
Yep. Charizard, I think this is actually the exact set that we talked about earlier, except instead of Air Slash, we have Hurricane.
Yep.
So
you made the swap and
Chasing did not, right?
Yeah, Chasing did not.
And then we have Choice Scarf Ninetales just because our Focus Sash is on Raichu. That's the weird part is like we have like 3 mons that could carry Focus Sash on this team. Yeah. And unfortunately we only get 1. Which is why originally I had AV or Charcoal Torkoal. And it was okay. Like Torkoal won me games that I've played it with. And like Ninetales has also won me games that I've played it with, but I'm not sure which is better. Conkeldurr lets us do slow mode just like Torkoal would, so being able to have a out to Trick Room is fine. The big thing is like what do we want it to be? So right now we're playing with Ninetales. We can just spam Hypnosis. We are Choice Scarf, so we are absolutely insanely fast. Being Choice Scarf means we don't have to be timid, so we get to be modest, so our attacks deal more damage.
Yep.
Heatwave, Energy Ball, Dark Pulse, and then the Hypnosis. Just gonna try to go fast, try to hit things hard when we need to. We have the Sun team for when Sun is good. And, it's just this team felt cool. It is definitely in its infancy right now, but like if I was going to play this weekend, this is probably what I'd throw together and just call it a day. Just I have most of this. What I don't have, you do. So we'd make it work.
Yeah.
As that, like I said, the Conkeldurr and the Ninetales, I'm not sure what I want. But that's where I've landed right now. And anyone listening, if you have ideas about this and actually want to talk about it, like we have our Discord. Probably going to be talking to people about it down there. So,
I have one immediately thinking of it. We do not have to play Conkeldurr. Instead, we can play Bisharp.
Okay.
Bisharp helps here.
So we can get rid of Iron Head.
Yep. It also helps with your Dragon Bolt problem because you get Sucker Punch.
Yep. Okay.
You can still run French on your Gyarados if you want to, or Ice Fang, but it's just like Conkeldurr doesn't do a whole lot right now. It's like Conkeldurr's been kind of weak, so it's like being able to do Bisharp. Plus, Bisharp likes the rain.
Again, I'm assuming that's going to be AV.
100%.
Which AV then means we get to actually live a couple hits. Another thing I've debated running on Gyarados is Earthquake.
Yep.
But again, like, we don't have a lot of Protect on this team.
No.
And the only thing that can sit next to Gyarados and let me spam Earthquake is Charizard. Which is okay, but there's very few times I have Gyarados Charizard.
Air Balloon, you're Raichu.
That is an option, but then Raichu's going to get one hit and people are going to look at it funny and it's going to run away.
Raichu's pretty fast.
It is very fast, but it's going to do its thing exactly once and then go away.
Yeah.
Whereas, at least with Sableye, it... Oh. Do we throw it in, or do we...
We can throw it in at the end.
Okay. Carl was over here scrolling through Twitter and found tournament results, which we hadn't had at the beginning, so we weren't going to talk about anything, so here we are.
Well, we found them.
So, cool. I got a whole lot of nothing else to say. I'm going to keep working on this. Like, Moxie boosting Gyarados is, like, sweet. And a lot of people anticipate the Intimidate from it. And then there's been multiple games today where my opponent leads, like, wheezing. I'm just like, oh no, my Intimidate didn't go off. Moxie boost.
Shoot. Blow you up.
Kill off your Incineroar so when I kill off this wheezing, your Intimidate doesn't go off.
Exactly.
It's been fun. This is a very fun team. It has led to some really, really good games.
Yeah.
Like, I all day I've just been sharing replays in Discord. And a lot of people were just like, what actually happened here?
So I've got two teams that I built for the IC that I'm kind of just flip-flopping on. I'll probably lock one in immediately, like, right when I get ready to go play and just, like, go with it. Because I kind of have to. Both of them feature Gmax Lapras, Alchemy, Gmax, and then Sableye as, like, the main, like, three. Sableye being a range setter, like we just talked about. Mine is running... one of mine is, like, in the first set here, we're doing Gmax Lapras with Weakness Policy because we're running Raichu. Raichu can self-proc our Weakness Policy. My Sableye can also proc my Weakness Policy with Brick Break. As long as I don't have my screens up already, we're fine.
Which if you do, please don't. That would be bad. It's something we kind of talked about earlier. But it's really interesting that we both landed on Sableye Raichu as support bonds, like, independently of each other.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously our surrounding cast is completely different.
Oh, yeah.
But it's really interesting that, like, we're both doing the Sableye Raichu things. And, like, our sets are pretty dang close.
I know our Sableye's, like, EVs are pretty much the exact same because it's pretty standard. Yours has a little more defense than mine does because I'm not carrying the Rosalie Berry. I'm carrying a Eject Button. I also have Trick, so I can get rid of Dynamaxes.
I can too. Mine's called attacking them down.
Yeah, I don't get to do that a lot of the time. Gmax Lapras is strong, but it is not OHKOing anything until that Weakness Policy or Decorate goes off from Alchemy.
There was a game that we played earlier where you got, +6.
Yep.
It was... You went +4, and then they procced your policy, and you're like, alright, well, cool.
Yep, now I'm +6. I'm going to blow you up. So
I think you also speed swapped that game, so this Lapras was very big.
I Voltroned it. It is Voltron. So that's kind of the name of the game here, is just to Voltron a Pokemon and just run with it. Notably, my other damage dealers are Ferrothorn, which loves being in the rain, is also just a good bulky Pokemon, and good in Trick Room. It is slower than pretty much everything. And then the other Pokemon is Charizard. Charizard just being just a good coverage for grass types that scare Lapras, and has H-Power, Heat Wave, Air Slash, and Protect, Solar Power, Life Orb. I have no way to set my own Sun, but it is good against opposing Venusaurs, it's good against opposing Ferrothorns, because I don't have good ways to deal with those Pokemon in general, outside of, say, like a Mystical Fire from Alchemy. Which just Alchemy is really cool, I like it a lot. We are 3 attacks plus Decorate, but we're all bulk, and a little bit of speed.
Just like occasionally deal some damage.
I have to put speed into it to make sure I outspeed my own Lapras, so I can get my Decorates off.
Sure, man.
Because otherwise I'm slower.
That's because you have that 1 point in the Lapras.
Yeah, it's still gotta do it.
So that's extra bulk you could have on your Alchemy.
Yeah, it's fine. Raichu. My Raichu has Speed Swap over Helping Hand because I want to make super fast lappers.
Well, see, here's the thing. When we originally talked about this, you had Helping Hand.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm stealing Carl's Raichu set. And then you changed, because I originally suggested Speed Swap, and you're like, nah, I just want to ensure some damage. So, like,
yeah.
I
I realized +2 Lapras does a lot of damage on its own, and I don't really need the Helping Hand.
So, whereas, like, my team is naturally fast, I don't need the Speed Swap. But, like, man, like, Ferrothorn, like, fast Ferrothorn sounds delicious.
The problem is Gyro Ball does nothing after that.
Yeah, but you just have Power Whip.
Yeah, I just
Power Whip them.
I just Power Whip and Body Press people to death at that point. But that's like the first team. The second team is a little bit slower, a little bit bulkier. The second team is more as Lapras as a... it still has max special attack and whatnot, but it's more of a, like, I'm going to set my screens and I'm going to chip away at you, and then I'm going to probably bring in Conkeldurr or this Assault Vest Venusaur and blow you up. Venusaur kind of does the same thing Charizard does. With Weather Ball, you get to do stab water attacks into fire type Pokemon, which is pretty nice.
Which Venusaur also likes the rain because it weakens the power from the fire type mons, and you know.
Granted, I've also Weather Balled a Sandstorm, like in Sandstorm, into other Pokemon, which has been nice.
There was a match earlier, and I think I sent you this one, where I was playing against Braviary.
Yeah.
I got to KO the Braviary because they max rockfalled me and set sand, which then means Charizard gets to max rockfall them back. It was beautiful.
In this situation, Alchemy is carrying Fake Tears to just help Venusaur make sure he gets Okos, because we're running a little bit less special attack than what we probably should be to get KOs, and a little bit more special defense and a little more bulk. Venusaur is carrying Wither Ball, Earth Power, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb. I'm really, like, I was just like, I started working on this and I was like, oh, we can just play Assault Vest Venusaur and just run with that, because the bulk on Venusaur is fairly decent. It's not great, but a little bit of investment goes a long way for Venusaur.
Interesting note. Outside of the EVs, this is the actual set I was playing week 1 of Series 3.
Yep.
Like, those moves, Chlorophyll, AV, that is what I know Kyle and I worked on. And I think you were on this as well. I think you eventually got off Weather Ball and went to Protect and therefore had to drop AV.
Yeah.
But Kyle and I are very much a fan of the AV just early on. Just like, Venusaur needs, like, he likes the bulk.
Yeah.
So.
This team's running Dusclops Conkeldurr as its backup plan. Just set up a Trick Room, haze away, intimidates off my Conkeldurr, and then start blowing people up with Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Ice Punch. Life Orb Iron Fist means you just deal a bunch of damage and you can heal up off the Drain Punch. Stabilize is pretty much the same, except instead of Brick Break, we're carrying Knockoff because we don't have to carry it. We don't have to try and trigger this weakness policy that's not here anymore. Knockoff also helps us just like void opposing weakness policies if we can't trick them away. Off of, say, like a T-Tar. And then Lapras is carrying Light Clay, Shell Armor to avoid crits. We're just a little bit more bulky than what the other ones were. Freeze Dry, Hydro Pump, Perish Song, Thunderbolt. Pretty standard at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm on the fence on either one of those. I'm not sure quite yet. I might do an amalgamation of them. Might throw that AV Venusaur in somewhere.
So, how quickly you want to go through these results? Because we're about
an hour in.
Yeah, we're an hour in, so.
We can fly through these pretty quick, because a lot of these Pokemon, we've seen a lot of these sixes, except for this first place one.
I was going to say, you say that, but there is definitely a Rillaboom in first place here, man.
There's a Rillaboom and a male Indeedee.
Oh. Okay, we got some interesting stuff going on here, because I just looked over at, this 5th place team, and there's an Unpheasant.
We talked about Unpheasant really, really early on, and we talked about Super Luck Unpheasant.
It's like bad Togekiss, but they're playing it alongside Togekiss.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to talk about that team.
Okay, so first place team, Togekiss, Rillaboom, Arcanine, and then the Sand Duo, and male Indeedee. Notably, the difference between male and female Indeedee. Female Indeedee gets Follow Me. Male Indeedee gets Trick Room. That's the big defining difference between them.
It also gets After You and something else.
I'm not sure, but what they're known for is Trick Room on male, Follow Me on female. That's usually like the big ones.
Okay, sure.
That's literally what they're played for. We could do a Trick Room thing. Rollaboom's actually fairly fast.
It really is. This is
Like,
something we talked about last week when we were working on the
team for
like,
the example.
Rillaboom for looking like, a giant monkey.
You'd think it'd be slow because it's got that big old drum it's got to carry around. No.
He's fast.
He's fast. Arcanine pairs well with it because it's just like, oh, I'm going to just spread this Intimidate, spread these Snarls, hit you with a Will-O-Wisp, maybe a Safeguard, go away, come back.
And again, like, the core of Arcanine, T-Tar, Excadrill is just, like, good.
Yep.
So, like, we have 4 super playable Mons. Then we have this Rillaboom and this Indeedee. It's just like, yeah, sure, they do things.
Rillaboom's good against, like, opposing water types. Real good against Gastrodon, real good against Lapras, Melodic.
You know what it's not good against? Gyarados.
Ludicolo.
It hits Ludicolo.
Not as hard as you want it to.
It's still super effective.
Yeah, but not as hard as you want it to. Also, Ludicolo outspeeds us. Also, Ludicolo carries Ice Beam.
Well, here's the thing. If they're playing Ludicolo, that means they have Pelipper, so I think we're okay.
Not always. Trust me. Not anymore. As we've just proved in the last, hour of talking, you don't have to play Pelipper to play Rain. Which is great.
I miss Politoed. Give me Politoed or give me Kyogre.
Just give us Politoed.
You know we're getting Ubers next year.
I don't care.
You know it's happening.
Just no. Second place team is a Lapras team featuring Dracozolt as its backup damage source.
This is sweet.
We got the cool lead of Mimikyu Dusclops. We've got Incineroar to reduce physical attackers and maybe special attackers if it's carrying Snarl. Lapras to set up screens. Kekelder to abuse Trick Room from either the Dusclops or the potential from Mimikyu. And then Dracozolt is just like here.
It's going to deal some damage, man.
Could be a slow Dracozolt.
I would not be surprised to see that.
Be a slow Dracozolt under Trick Room, just start Bolt Beaking everybody.
Bolt Beak doesn't feel great with Hustle, but Lapras is slow and Dracozolt can also be slow, so this is pretty much hard Trick Room.
Yeah, it can be. Dracozolt's base speed is 75. Lapras's base is 60.
60 sounds correct.
So, third place team, Toxtricity, Arcanine, Gastrodon, T-Tar, Grimmsnarl, Corviknight. Now this is a weird one.
Huh.
I just don't get why we're pairing Toxtricity with this Corviknight. I don't get... Maybe so we can Sledge Wave and still have Tailwind?
Yes.
Spread Poison?
I don't know.
I don't know.
This is a weird one.
Gastrodon's good because we have Arcanine T-Tar. Grimmsnarl's good to pair with T-Tar because then no one can out-prankster you. T-Tar sets Sand, so it deals with Sun, which Corviknight hates.
Corviknight does not play well with Sun.
Yeah, it's got some
It's okay in
synergies.
Sand. It's okay in Sand, but it likes Sun more than Ferrothorn does.
I don't know. You don't want to put Assault Vest on Corviknight most of the time.
No.
You can put an Assault Vest on Ferrothorn and live an attack.
It can. And, I've seen Ferrothorn live a Heat Wave.
Yep. Fourth place team, Togekiss, Venusaur, Milotic, Excadrill, Dracozolt, and Grimmsnarl.
There is a ton of Dracozolt here, man.
Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, there's 3 in top 16. This is absurd.
Dracozolt strong.
It's, again, something that is kind of never really picked up in popularity, to be honest with you.
Which I'm surprised, with the popularity of Lapras, you'd think Dracozolt would be you'd see more Dracozolt, but Lapras is in the second place with Dracozolt.
They pair well together,
yep.
In all actuality. Lapras doesn't like opposing Laprases a lot, and Dracozolt can handle it, so...
That's why we just run Thunderbolt.
You aren't wrong.
Probably doing sleep powder and probably doing coil hypnosis here just for sleep shenanigans off these two.
Do we have yawn on Togekiss too? Just please stop. Just go to sleep.
All of you. Night. Good night.
I don't have to worry about hustle hitting because eventually I'll hit you if you're just always asleep.
Yep. Fifth place team, the team you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, this one's weird, man.
Togekiss, Butterfree, Clefairy, Indeedee female, Snorlax, Unfezant.
I have no idea what this team is doing.
Good question.
So, I'm assuming this is G-Max Snorlax.
Yep.
I'm assuming this is Follow Me Togekiss, which means our other damage source is going to be Unfezant.
Could also be Butterfree. But notably, these four are all redirections to make sure this Snorlax does not get interacted with when we belly drum.
True. Snorlax is going to get a belly drum off.
Yeah.
The problem is like, what is it doing afterwards? Because we don't have Trick Room. We don't have Trick Room.
No. But we don't really need to do Trick Room if we just keep following me. If they just keep OHKOing the other three Mons and we just keep trading back and forth, I'll trade my Follow Me user every time to just blow up your damage.
We're just always going to click Follow Me.
Yeah.
Which is why we have 4 of them.
So we can always guarantee 3.
That's the play. We Rage Powder, but when they have Venusaur, we can't have Rage Powder, so we have to have Follow Me.
Exactly.
This team is so weird, and I don't know how to handle it.
The memes.
That's really what this is.
Sixth place is TR Sun, 100% straight up. No questions here. Hatterene, Indeedee, Torkoal, Rhyperior, Dusclops, Venusaur.
It's weird to see Sun without Charizard.
Yeah, usually if you're not running Gastron, you don't want to run both Charizard and Torkoal.
Yeah. It's whatever.
Yep. The seventh place is what I would probably define as Hard Sand.
I think this is debatably the best team in the format right now.
This is really strong.
So we have Togekiss, T-Tar, Excadrill, Dragapult, Dusclops, and Sylveon. Sylveon is picked up quite a lot in popularity the last couple of weeks. It gets to proc weakness policy on Dragapult and T-Tar, depending on who's carrying it. It just also gets to do spread damage with Throat Spray, Hyper Voice.
It's slower for Trick Room.
Yeah, it's a good fairy for Trick Room with base speed of 60, so it can do things there. And it's just, I've got a lot by Sylveon here lately.
Mm-hmm.
I know the build I had was max speed, and I don't think max speed is correct. I don't think you need it. I think you need the bulk to be able to survive hits.
Yeah.
So being able to bulk up your Sylveon, make it be able to live and be able to actually deal out some damage. You don't need to be max special attack when you're also going +1. So,
exactly.
So I really like Sylveon. I really like it in this team with these 5. I think with these 5, it's very good.
Yeah. Because
it means we have 2 ways to proc our weakness policy on our Dragapult with Shadow Sneak and Quick Attack. So, if that is something we're planning to do, our opponent is going to get beat up by it.
Yep.
And, outside of, Follow Me. But if they have Follow Me, then, we obviously just don't go for it, and we're just going to Hyper Voice you.
Max Phantasm.
Yeah, and just go away.
And then we get to do it.
Yep. Because, unlike the 5th place team, most teams only have 1 Follow Me user.
Yes.
Not 4 of them.
If one. Usually.
Yeah, and 1 is not the norm. 1 is not the rule. You don't have to have Follow Me.
Yeah.
But a lot of Togekisses are running it, and Togekiss is really widely played. So.
Yep. I was checking up the stats on Babiri.net. Togekiss has overtaken Dragapult again.
Of course it has, man. I'm not surprised.
Dragapult's fallen down to 3.
Really?
According to
2 being Excadrill or T-Tar?
I believe it's Excadrill. I can double check that real quick. It's not updated here, but if you go to Babiri, it's Tyranitar, Dusclops. Dragapult's now down to 4.
Dusclops is number 3.
Yeah, it's they're going up.
But again, if you look at those stats,
Lapras is right there in the forefront. High
Like,
Lapras.
we have Togekiss at 1.
Yep.
We have T-Tar at 2.
Yep.
Dusclops at 3.
Yep.
Dragapult at 4.
Arcanine Rant's the top 5. Ferrothorn, Excadrill, Conkeldurr,
Excadrill at
Mimikyu,
7.
Scott.
So, like, of the most played Mons, of the winning teams right now, we have 5 of them in the top 8.
Yeah.
And then, like, we have Sylveon, which just does things.
Yep. Sylveon's just good, strong Mon. Still in the top 20 of used Mons. And
Which is just...
According to Picalytics.
Yeah. So, I think this team's really good. I think this team is a team you should expect to play.
Yeah.
Which, granted, there's no tournaments or anything, like, no live tournaments, I should say, going on or anything, but, like, we have the IC this weekend, we have all these, the Rose Tower clashes, we have all the Victory Road stuff going on, so, like, there are tournaments for those of us who want to play.
Yeah.
So, this is something I think you need to be able to anticipate playing against, and something that you need to have an actual solid plan against.
Rain Dance Hydro Pump.
Yep.
Rain Dance Rhythm Ball.
Yep. Just get them.
Expert Belt Leaf Storm Venusaur.
Bang.
Does the same thing in the rain. Blows them up. 8th place team, and probably one of the last ones we'll talk about here for the episode here. Clefairy, Incineroar, Primarina, Excadrill, Dracozolt, and Corviknight.
I don't know what we're doing.
I feel like we're just playing like Excadrill as like a way to just make sure we don't get blown out by Rotom Wash.
Yeah, this is just like bulky Excadrill.
Rotom Wash just blows us up.
Rotom's just really good against this team, yeah. Like between Excadrill and Clefairy, like it deals with everything else, and like it can handle Excadrill.
Yeah.
And like okay, so like the Dragozolt's also a problem, but like again, 4 of the 6 we can answer with 1 Mon.
Yeah. So.
But notably, we don't have a Rotom Wash until what 14th, 13th.
There's one right underneath it at night.
Oh, I thought that was Frost. I misread it.
If that was a Frost, I was going to talk about this team.
I thought it was Frost, man. I thought we're going Blizzard fan people.
My draft team does that. My draft team does that really well.
Not according to you, it don't.
No, I didn't got the rest of the support. I wish I was going to draft Beartic for that, so I could Blizzard spam people with and then do Beartic like Slush Rush, but I want the hidden abilities on the fossils, man. I want to Slush Rush that Dracozolt, the Arctozolt.
It's gonna be sweet.
I want Ice Electric. I want that. Get rid of this Rotom Frost and just like Arctozolt. That'd be sweet. But yeah. Clefairy does Friend Guard things. Probably doesn't have a single attacking move. Neither does that other one, probably.
Yeah, the one up in 5th.
Yep.
Clefairy doesn't need it.
Nope.
Like, we play well in Trick Room because we get after you, right?
Yep. And we're base 35 speed.
And that's real slow.
Yep. Just 10. It's 10 more than Torkoal. And
Are we slower than Dusclops?
no. We're close, but not quite. And Ferrothorn underspeeds us as well. So Ferrothorn's a problem because they just gyro ball into us. But they don't take a ton. Outside of that, Dracozolt does Dracozolt things because this team has a real bad water weakness.
Mm-hmm.
This extra has to be Mold Breaker just to beat up opposing.
I can't imagine. Like if you see Excadrill by itself, there's almost 1,000% chance that it's Mold Breaker.
Yep.
Like having random Sand Rush just doesn't make sense.
And yeah, that's probably gonna round out the Clash number 11 from Rose Tower for the week. The rest of the teams here, pretty standard stuff. There's a Alola Ninetales team and a Durant team, but then after that, it's like here's T-Tar plus good stuff. Here's another T-Tar plus good stuff.
Take the top 20 Mons and slap them on 2 teams.
Yeah. Like, there's a Roserade instead of a Venusaur, and then this pretty much the same team below, except you swapped Roserade for Venusaur and Milotic for Rotom Wash. Big whoop.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I got nothing else, man.
Yeah, I think that's it for the week.
I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. Ready to go to bed. That's where I'm at.
Let's say for those who are not aware, we are recording these together in person again. It seems to be going well, doing the whole recording together.
I think so. But, you know, the audience is the ones who needs to tell us. So, you know, if you're watching on YouTube, you can always leave a comment down below and tell us how well, and, you know, what you like seeing and what you don't. So make sure you do that, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and you hit that subscribe button, and you hit the bell for notifications when new videos go live. I think I got all the YouTube show out of all at once.
Cool, now do the rest of it.
So, for those of you who are not watching on YouTube, make sure you go and follow our YouTube channel down below in the show notes as always. You can also follow us on Twitter at LR Lessons, myself at Cardinal25, and Carl at Musical_33. Carl and I are both also on Twitch at Mr. Missouri25 and at Musical. We also have our wonderful people over on Discord we always want to thank and everything, and make sure you join that community. That link is always down in the show notes as well. Questions, comments, concerns past that can always be found can always be emailed to us, which can always be found down in the show notes as well. I think I got nothing else.
I think that's it.
Cool. I'm calling it a day, man.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. Peace.